Hey, how's it going? There we go. Tonight, today, wherever you're from, this beautiful world, we've got a hell of a panel tonight, and I want to welcome you guys here. Thank you so much for being here. We got East Coast LQ reviews, Tanner. We got Miscellaneous Brew reviews, Brew reviews, Bumpy Road Brewery, and Thomas Metal 75 or Massachusetts Beer Reviews. Thank you guys so much. Also, the chat. Mary and Butch are here. Cheers to you guys and anyone else that shows up. Welcome in. So, most of y'all know how this works. All of you do in the panel, but anyone in the chat that shows up, we're going to review some beer and cheese and see if it pairs well together. So, let's go ahead and this is a wild one today, so we're all going to just show it off. Let's do it. We got Tanner first.
So the cheese I brought is Mad Elf beer cheese.
Ooh.
It's Trogs and Caputo Brothers Creamery, made with Pennsylvania cow's milk. It says cocoa, coffee, and cinnamon rind with merry and bright notes of cinnamon, local honey, sweet cream, and roasted chocolate, crafted exclusively for Stop and Shop. It was $20 a pound, but it's like 0.4 of a pound, so it came up to $8.10. Here's the cheese. We actually just got a new cutting board. See that cinnamon?
Very nice.
It's pretty good. And what would go better with this cheese than the Mad Elf Rogues Independent Brewing? It says holiday ale brewed with cherries and honey. 11% alcohol by volume. It says serve in a chalice. So I got my double glass. Brewed with Pennsylvania wildflower honey. Once a year, yeast, spicy Belgian cherries, Bing, Lambert, Van, Royal Anne, and Montmorency. Says it's time. The Mad Elf is here with its nuanced blend of sweet and tart cherries, Pennsylvania honey, chocolate malt, and a hint of mischief. The essence of this legendary holiday ale, along with its ruby red glow, it's born from 5 varieties of tree-ripened cherries. Local wildflower honey sweetens the celebration, and a spicy Belgian yeast adds subtle notes of cinnamon, clove, and allspice. It's not the holidays until you've had your first Mad Elf. So let's crack this open, pour it up.
Nice.
Check this one out.
One of these days.
I want a glass like that again. Mine broke.
I got this from the a Duvel set. Came with
nice.
two Duvel beers and then this set in the glass. Sweet. So it looks pretty good. Like they said, nice ruby color, off-white head.
All right.
Looks good.
Very nice. Yeah.
I'm hoping it pairs really well. I'm sure it will.
It better.
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on.
Thanks for
How
having me.
much closer does it get? Yeah, cheers, man. Thank
Cheers.
you so much. Miscellaneous, right?
All right. So I've had this cheese before, but we're going to pair it with something different. I think. I can't remember. I have to go look through the archives. But I got the Cabot, the habanero, cheddar cheese. And yeah, it's pretty spicy. Got it here on the board. All kinds of vegetable peppers in there. I remember this cheese for sure. And the beer I've got is from Gang. It's a limited release. It's an imperial, the rye barrel vanilla stout. Comes in at 9.5% imperial stout with vanilla aged in rye whiskey barrels. I can't remember what kind of whiskey barrels they are. Didn't do my homework or I forgot. But last one that I had in the stash. The proper glassware.
Nice. Nice glass.
Even though it's probably not, it's definitely not the right glass, but
That works.
yeah.
It's going to.
Yeah. 2 finger, maybe slightly over 2. Yeah. Cocoa colored. I don't know. More khaki. Dark beer. Definitely brown, reddish, mahogany hues at the bottom.
That looks great. That looks really good. Yeah, nice looking pretty beer. Cool, man.
Cheers, guys, don't mind the guy on the couch. He's always
Guy on the couch.
Snoring. All right, thanks, man. Miscellaneous. All right, here we go. Bumpy.
Man.
Right. The cheese that I'm bringing tonight, I can't turn this bag too much because you can see there's liquid in this package, but it is from Fiscalini Farmstead. Yep. Purple Moon Cheddar. It says a smooth, complex, fruity, a handcrafted farmhouse cheese soaked in red wine, made on a sustainable farm.
Nice.
This is what it looks like, and I did slice it kind of funny just to make it look cooler.
Wow.
Damn.
Looks like
That
meat.
is cool.
So yeah, it's definitely got that red
Looks like
wine
meat.
soaked in on the outer. Right?
Looks like a
Roasted up.
steak.
Salami and a mushroom had a child.
Wow.
So we got that. I figured usually bigger beers like stouts go well if you kind of blend them with wines and stuff. Plus cheddar goes well with stouts. So I am bringing a stout. This is a barrel-aged stout. It's barrel-aged in rum barrels from Liquid Riot Bottling Company. They're out of Portland, Maine. And this one's called Straight to Blackout. It is 12% ABV. Comes with a little wax top where you can
I was gonna say they're nice enough to put a tab on it.
pull the tab.
Yeah. It still feels substantial, it looks like.
Mhm.
See if it breaks off into
It's a
milk.
sticky tab underneath there. Probably just duct tape or something, right? But... All right. Now, if I can get that off my hand, there we go. Go ahead and. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see it. I see the cap.
You see a purple moon already?
Perfect.
So I have that nice gold wet. Oh, wow. Popping that open. That's got a lot of barrel notes coming off of it. So.
What'd you say the ABV was?
12%.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks like
you get all of it
wax
in
dip.
there too.
Oh, it was a smaller bottle than I didn't look like
That's a
that.
big glass.
Yeah, this was a glass sent to me from Beer Man. It's from Italy.
Oh.
Stout type glass.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's got the what started off as kind of a rocky head has turned into tighter bubbles. A little bit rocky on top still, but tannish, khaki colored head. Pretty dark beer. It's just pretty much black. That's probably why they called it Straight to Blackout.
Yeah.
So,
Don't go
but yeah, tons of barrel notes coming off this.
Black heaven.
It smells a little bit like wine, so it might go well with the cheese, even though it was rum barrels. So
Nice, dude. All right. Well, we'll find out. Right. Let's get Eric up there.
Hey, hello, and thank you for stopping by the Beer Man channel of YouTube.
Thank you.
I got a pretty, I don't know, I don't want to say plain Jane, but I got a pretty readily available cheese from your local grocery store. It does say the Cracker Barrel. That's what's left of that. Cracker Barrels, they're aged, reserved. For how many months? Nobody knows, even according to the website. There's your cheese. Yeah, very, very, very white. Extremely white cheese. There you go. And what am I going to try the cheese with is an IPA canned on 9/22/2021. Needs to be drank. From Kings County Brewers Collective in Brooklyn, New York. I've never had a single beer from them. It is called This Is Your Brain on Hops Double IPA. It is there, if you can read that, Mosaic and Matueka version variety, and that's at 8.5% barley, Mosaic, Matueka hops, barley, oats, and wheat. Let me get that into a glass and see what that looks like. I got a glass that looks
a
like
good grain build.
My glass went away. I broke that glass too. One of those.
Orangey right there.
I was gonna say that looks very orange, like tang.
Ooh, and the head
That looks great.
Whoa. Look at that.
It
Cheers.
does look like
everybody.
tang.
Damn. Let's see. Well, we'll find out what that tastes like. There's the head. Alex will be proud. The beer man.
Nice.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks, man. Right on there. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheerios.
Well, I don't even have it. Hold on. I get all excited.
Cheerio.
Sorry about that. I haven't been able to use the glass that I have here in a long time, so I'm kind of glad I can use my chalice. But I have a Creek which is it's from Block 15 out of Corvallis, Oregon, I think, or yeah, I think it's Corvallis, Oregon. I can't find where it's from. It's all super hidden. I can't read it. But Block 15 rocks. They've got some pretty good beers. This is an Oud Bruin ale, spontaneously fermented, so pretty like a wild in bourbon barrels with cherries, 7% ABV, and filling bourbon barrels that it's created by filling bourbon barrels that once housed Super Nebula with an Oud Bruin, then spontaneously fermented in our wild cellars, blended after conditioning for 2 winters on local Montmorency cherries from the Cherry Country Creek. Marries the extraordinary expression of tart orchard fruit and a delicate barrel character.
Orchard fruit.
That sounds good, dude. I had
$10.
I had the Super Nebula last year, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
I can't remember if I did it. I think I did it on After Dark.
Is that just bourbon barrel? They say, right?
Yeah, cellared or something, whatever they created by filling bourbon barrels that once housed Super Nebula with an Oud Bruin, and then spontaneously fermenting it in the wild cellars, blended after conditioning. Yeah.
I'm guessing the style of the beer that's creating that orchard fruit. I'm wondering where the orchard fruit comes from, but it's probably the yeast strain.
You know what? I want to. Yeah, I never shook it. It smells really good.
It wasn't extremely over the top heady like some of those Belgian style beers can get.
No, it's not. This is a nice looking brown ale. It's got that nice chocolate, almost a reddish hue as well to it. Poured about a half a finger head. There's the Super Nebula. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. It's kind of I don't know. The head's kind of weird, but we'll get into that. Let me smell real quick. Oh, it's nice and wild. It smells really nice. It's got that wild fermentation kind of Brettanomyces kind of thing going on. Now the cheese I have is just from Montchevre, and it's their goat cheese, their hard goat, their brick goat cheese. I love the tube ones, but it's nice to try these hard ones every once in a while. But that's just a real white, dry cheese. It's kind of dry, but so that's what I have. Let's get back to
yours. So that if that's from the 2021, they matured it in Basil Hayden bourbon barrels.
Oh damn!
It's the whiskey barrels, and the chocolate used in the Super Nebula was Wild Harvest heirloom cacao from Bolivia. So they aged it in a good stout barrel.
Fancy beer.
Crazy. Nice. So let's get back to Tanner here.
Did Miscellaneous go?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he went.
Oh, you went first, didn't you?
Did you go Miscellaneous?
No, you were first.
No, I know. Did you present?
Yeah, he showed off his stuff.
Oh, I must not.
That's all good.
How many good brands?
He's got the Cabot habanero cheese.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. So what should we start first with? Let's start with the beer. I've been sipping on the beer. I haven't tried the cheese yet. So the beer, actually aroma. Sorry, aroma. You get that typical like Belgian funk, like the Belgian breadiness, very cherry forward, chocolatey. It's pretty good. It's actually got a little bit of booziness on the nose and even on the palate. You can feel it. You get that spice. It kind of warms your chest. It's a little boozy. Straight cherry juice right up front though. A little bit of that chocolate malt in the background.
Cheers.
It's good, but you can definitely tell this is an 11% beer. I do like it. It kind of reminds me of Ommegang beers. One of the first aroma and sip reminded me of an Ommegang beer. A lot of those are usually Belgians, right? The Ommegangs.
Yep.
Yeah, so this definitely has that Belgian funk, a little bit of spiciness. Yeah, it's good. This is definitely a sipper. I can't see myself drinking this too fast. But so that was the Mad Elf holiday ale brewed with cherries and honey. A little bit of sweetness from that honey as well. The cheese pairing it with what's more perfect than this Mad Elf beer cheese. Um, says with notes of cinnamon, honey, sweet cream, and chocolate. I was actually smelling it while everybody was talking. I don't really get much of the chocolate, but I get a little bit of like that, a little bit of funk, the honey and the cinnamon. But let's see if I get some chocolate on the taste.
Oh yeah. Cheers. Go.
Creamy, slightly dry consistency. I'm not really getting much of the chocolate. Maybe a little chocolate. Definitely some of the cinnamon, sweetness from the honey as well. Let's try it. Cheese first and then beer.
Cheesers.
It works pretty well. All the flavors definitely contrast together, or they collab together, I guess you could say. With the beer, the honey's brought out, the chocolate as well. Let's try one more time. The cheese kind of has an odd consistency to me. I'm not sure if I'm a giant fan of this.
Pasty, powdery.
Chalky.
It's kind of like that waxy consistency. I've had it in the fridge, so it should be good, but it's got kind of like an odd texture to it. The flavors are good, creamy, a little dry. Like I said, you get the cinnamon. I'm not getting too much of the chocolate, and then like a little bit of sweetness from the honey. I'm a little disappointed, actually, to be honest with you guys. I thought the cheese was going to be a little bit better. I think it's just the actual mouthfeel of the cheese is throwing me off a little bit. The flavors work well together, as they should. But like I said, the cheese itself, it's a little odd.
Rubbery.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of a little rubbery.
Squeaky teethy.
Not bad though. I don't really get. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of the chocolate, but I'm definitely getting the honey and the cinnamon.
Get
Kind
you
of
a
wish
big
there was
hunk of
more of
that,
the chocolate.
that rind, like the piece that gets you a big, nice piece of that cheese with the rind on it. Probably where the darker spots are.
Yeah.
Probably pick up on some chocolate. Don't be scared.
You gotta try it once to know.
Oh yeah,
Like I said, there's
right,
like I had
sure.
a bunch of cheese where it was like I think multiple people had them. This Belvitano and they had like the espresso ones and all the other and like most of the flavor, the black pepper one, most of the flavor was coming from the rind.
Yeah.
Like getting like
I think I'm getting more. I think the creaminess of the cheese is kind of covering up those other flavors. The other flavors are more subtle. They're not as pronounced, but the beer does a good job enhancing them to where you start to notice them a little bit more when you keep going back and forth. But it's not bad. I'll have a rating for this, and I'll let you guys know. Cheers, everyone.
Hell's
Cheers,
yeah.
man.
Cheers.
Oh, thank you, Tanner. All right, let's get Miscellaneous up here.
Right. Well, this beer smells better than I remember it. Tell you that. Still got a nice thing ahead there. A little lacing. Big time vanilla on the nose. The rye kind of plays in nice with it. It's not too strong. The vanilla's, I don't think it doesn't come off too strong. It does have a little bit of a sweet smell to it. 9.5%. Not really any alcohol detectable on my nose. I mean, it's there, very minimal in my opinion, but yeah, smells great. Slight roasty. Yeah. A sweet brown bread kind of note coming off of it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
All those things. Yep.
Light bodied. It's coming back to me now. It's like riding a bike. Yeah, definitely light bodied. Got probably about a medium carbonation. Does have a little fizziness on it. The vanilla is nice and light. There's a good roast on the malts. It almost comes through that the rye barrel, and there's a chocolate note, and it almost gives you this coffee presence. Very, very light. Like I said, it almost tastes like one of those flavored coffees. Like, you got to add some vanilla, some cream, little sugar, and spike it with a nice rye barrel nip. You'd be right up the alley. I mean, 9.5% doesn't come across too boozy. It just drinks really good for, like I said, 9.5 for the body on this. If somebody put this in front of you, you would have no idea, and it's dangerous. Very good beer though. I remember why I saved on to one. All right, moving on to the habanero cheddar cheese with lots of the vegetal stuff in there. It's kind of a dry cheese, slightly bendy, cracks. Doesn't smell like a sharp cheddar. It's regular tangy cheddar cheese, but extremely vegetal. Lots of peppers in there, and I know it's spicy. I had it before, so I'll try not to wipe my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's creamy. It's rich. Slightly pasty on the mouthfeel. Does taste like a regular cheese, but you get a nice kick of peppers. The vegetal notes are good. You almost get like it really, because habaneros are typically sweet, but you get more like bell pepper, like a jalapeno type flavor with this. I didn't even look see what all they put in it. Yeah, so it's got jalapeno pepper, salt, taco seasoning.
Taco seasoning.
Nice.
Which is,
Wow.
they said garlic powder, green onion, paprika,
Wow.
salt, habaneros, and it's lactose free. Now saying that it has taco seasoning in it, I will say it's not as strong as like you buy that shredded taco three mix blend from like Kraft or whatever. It doesn't have that kind of flavor to it. Slightly, but not overwhelming. It didn't say cumin or anything like that, which would be very overwhelming. So I'm gonna move on, do the pairing.
Nice.
It's got a nice moderate heat to it. I definitely wouldn't recommend you give this to like young children. It's got a nice kick to it. I think this one's spicier than that Boar's Head, the 3 pepper.
Cabot does a good job with their spicy cheeses, I think.
Yep, I agree. Cheers.
I don't know. It's caught. So mostly what I'm getting is the cheddar staying there. Flavor of the cheddar staying there. Slight hint of vanilla is coming through. That roast is coming through. It's not really too much of a contrast. They're almost kind of staying in their own lane. But I like that vanilla flavor with the spiciness of the cheese, the milky, creamy, tangy. It actually works pretty well. Sweet, savory kind of thing going on. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a sip of the beer and then try the cheese. Maybe get some more flavors off of that. I think that might work a little better because the cheese is strong in flavor. So that amplified the flavor of the cheese. Definitely got more of that taco seasoning flavor. A lot more cheddar flavors up front. More to compared to it was just like more vegetal up front. That's pretty good. I definitely would say the beer before the cheese because the cheese kind of smothers the beer. So,
Nice.
yeah. Or no, I had that ass backward.
Backwards?
If you eat the cheese and then drink the beer, it smothers it. But if you have the beer and then eat the cheese, it's a much better combination, flavor wise, in my opinion. Both are good. One is better than the other.
Interesting. Nice, dude. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, let's get on to Thomas Metal 75.
Okay. I'm a little confused. So
let's get on to Bumpy.
A little confused.
Sorry.
Eric,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna need to look this up. Get back.
You keep getting confused.
I was confused. Jesus.
Smells good. All right.
The cheese.
Sorry, Eric.
People.
The aromas
Sorry,
of the
Bumpy.
cheese. You get this bit of that kind of cheddar, sharp kind of funk just briefly, and then there is that nice like Merlot. Smells like a Merlot wine. Yeah, it's cheddar cheese, like kind of just a sharp cheddar cheese with a Merlot wine aroma. Pretty much very well blended in that aspect. I'd say the cheese is a little bit more potent on that side, but still getting that nice Merlot type wine. And I don't even know if they use Merlot, but it just says red wine, but it's purple and it smells like a Merlot to me. The flavors of this cheese.
Cheers.
I think he likes.
It's a sharp, dry cheddar, but it's not like an extra sharp or one of those like reserve sharp cheddar. It's not like so sharp that it's got like an extreme tang, but it's got that drying effect on the palate with the sharpness. So it's got this little bit of that kind of cheddar tang that comes off. Pretty drying, and that after you go through all that kind of cheddary tanginess, you get that like red wine beautifully blended in. It's like eating this cheese is just like doing a cheese and wine tasting. Mm-hmm. It's like just a perfect blend. It's you get that wine on the tail end after all that cheesiness, and it just kind of blends perfectly together. The mouthfeel in this is very dry, kind of a little bit chalky-esque. When I was cutting it, it looked like it was going to crumble a little bit, but it kind of cut through pretty easy.
It's about time you got a good cheese. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. If baby llama drama Paul shows up, you'll have to go back because I know you're going to be way behind and all that stuff. But I am eating this entire block of cheese tonight.
Awesome, man.
It's good. It's good cheese. Now, you really don't need anything with this. It's already doing the pairing for you right there. So, all right. The beer from Liquid Riot. This was bottled on 4/8/2021. So it's about, 8 months old. It's the straight to blackout.
That is
Rum barrel age imperial stout, 12%. Aromas on it.
Damn, cheers to that.
Straight up, you're getting a lot of the barrel. There's a lot of kind of oakiness to it. There's a bit of that chocolate note in there, almost like there's a little bit of marshmallow as well. So maybe some slight vanilla notes.
Hell yeah.
A molasses and a bit of that kind of spiciness that comes along with rum as well. is in there.
Interesting.
And a slight roastiness to this. Very slight roastiness. Very well blended. Now, Liquid Riot, they didn't start off as like a brewery. They were just a distillery.
Yeah.
So they did more spirits and stuff like that. So most of their stuff is done with barrels, and I think that they know what they're doing with blending for the most part. But yeah, you definitely get a strong presence of oak and the rum type notes coming through, along with a delicate, nice chocolate stout. All right, cheers.
Cheers. So their website does tell you for that bottle you're drinking, Bumpy, that they're using their own Liquid Riot Dow's Demise Dark Rum barrels for the aging. There you go. Nice.
Sounds fantastic. Like you got two burgers tonight.
Man,
this has like a medium body feel to it, but it is liquidy. It's a liquidy medium body. Marshmallow soft palate, like very, very smooth palate. Carbonation it's definitely in the low range. There's hardly any carbonation to this, but it's not flat. But it definitely it allows that smoothness, that silkiness of this beer to really shine through. A little bit sticky on the lips, but like I said, it's kind of just a medium body and very liquid like, but it does have a stickiness to it. Loads of what I would say mid-range chocolate. There was some of that kind of roasted barley note in there. A little bit coffee-esque. Very slightly though. It's not going into like drinking straight black coffee. The oak shines through. That's like one of the first things I've really noticed is the chocolate and the oak.
Sounds great.
A little jealous.
Their whiskey sounds amazing.
Slight, like just starting to peek into a little bit of a dark fruit. Little bit on the kind of plum side, and then there's that molasses note coming through. It's the molasses is like kind of mid palate and finishes it off with all that rum type barrel aging that they did. The spiciness also comes through. Like if you did like eggnog and you blended it with a spice like Captain Morgan's rum or something, it's that kind of spiciness that I get out of this. It's that kind of little bit of that spicy burn in the back of the throat. And the 12% ABV, I mean, you start to get that little bit of heat in the throat too, along with that spiciness. So I'd say the alcohol starts to kind of show, but it doesn't really show too much in the flavor. It's more on the burn going down. The belch brought up more of the kind of plum-like flavors.
God damn, that sounds good.
Yeah, not a bad stout.
Wow.
So let's combine them now. Let's eat the cheese, drink the stout.
That sounds like a good idea.
Eat the cheese. Oh yeah. Oh, it crumbled. See, it is kind of crumbly.
I like crumbly cheese.
We'll have a good time over there. At you.
I hope you got a winner, Bumpy.
Sounds like it. He sounds
I hope so.
good time over there.
So eating the cheese first, I mean, you start to get everything that I said when I first ate the cheese. I mean, you get that cheddar first, that sharp cheddar. You get the wine starts to really kind of come across as well, blending in with that cheddar taste. So I'm getting all that up front when I eat the cheese, and then when I drink the beer, it washes away the wine. The wine goes right away. Thing is, I am still left with a bit of that kind of sharp cheddar tanginess, mixing in now with like the rum notes in the chocolateness from the stout, which works well as well. I mean, a rum soaked cheddar cheese would be delicious as well. So that's working. All right, now it's a drink and eat, and then it's eat the rest of this damn fucking cheese. Oh yeah.
Fucking cheese.
Oh, it almost kind of veined.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Oh, it broke again. Oh my goodness.
We seen it.
I was going to
live.
try and kind of show you where it kind of almost veined in there with the.
Oh yeah.
Like this isn't a veiny cheese at all, but I mean it's soaked long enough that it started to actually get into the center of the cheese. Yeah. Cool.
All right.
That's awesome. What that does, it's all the notes of the stout up front. You're left with that kind of like rum, like flavor in the mouth with that burn. You eat the cheese, the cheddar starts to kind of fade into play, and then the wine from the cheese starts to kick in, and you're left with this kind of rum wine mixture on the palate. It works really well. Mm-hmm. I'm happy tonight.
Good. It is about time. That even like a 2 or 3 week length of time there where you were not happy. So
that sounded all kinds of complex right there. Cool.
No, this is you guys got to get.
Yeah.
You got to get this cheese. I can say that.
You got to get to Maine apparently.
You got to get the cheese, but I mean, if you can find a stout, I wouldn't say definitely recommend this particular stout, but you get it like a rum or a bourbon barrel aged, kind of more on the chocolate side stout, which is not like cloyingly. This isn't a cloyingly sweet chocolatey stout, but it's well, you're in for a winner with the blending.
Perfect.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. That's good to hear. Excelente, dude. About time. Good.
Oh, that's good.
Cheese sounds fucking delicious. So does the beer.
That's really interesting. The beer sounds wow.
Well, thanks, Bumpy, man. All right, let's get Eric up here.
Cheers. I'm smelling the labeling. Okay, so here's where I go confused, and I'm sure I cannot be the first person on this channel in this format of cheese and beer tastings to ever have heard of this and thought of it and questioned it. This is cheese from Cracker Barrel. It's their aged reserve cheddar, right? It does say in some bold lettering contains milk. And it also says in some bold lettering contains 0 grams of lactose per serving. There you go. If you have a lactose intolerance, I guess eat this. All right.
Cabot's lactose free too.
That's it's pretty amazing because you're not tasting a lack of something inside of the cheese at all. Nope. Cheese is pretty good for what it is. Very happy with that cheese thus far. We'll get to that. The beer. Look at that color.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a little piece of sediment in the glass. Maybe. Oh, there we go. All right. The beer. What the beer is? There's still beer in the can. Watch out for that. It's called. This is your brain on hops. They're double IPA. I guess this is a revolving series or rotating. They have a Mosaic and Matueka. If I'm even pronouncing that right, I don't think I am. 9/22. There you go. 2022 or 2021 canning. So it's got those 2 hops in there: barley, oats, and wheat at 8.5%. I was thinking about possibly maybe I can find another can of this. I don't know. Thinking of another can from this brewery. this was going to be a beer I've never actually had, and that would have been a good Monday show for Bumpy Road. I'm going to talk about it now. Okay, so yeah, it looks like orange juice. It has a nice fluffy head, really nice texture of a head there, and yeah, super. It's not quite as upfront in your face as like a Treehouse Julius, but it's going in said direction of huge orangey notes with the pineapple and the grapefruit underneath it. It's getting in that Julius-ish direction, so I'm pretty amazed with the aroma there. Not a complaint. There's definitely an oatiness in there. I say it's a graininess, but it's definitely the oaty. I did a blueberry ale from Wachusett earlier, and I'm saying like it has the pancakey, oaty kind of breakfast cereal kind of grain to it, which is a preferable in my IPAs. And it has, again, it just has the sweet, juicy undertones of like an orange kind of Julius with pineapple and orange. So let's have it. Cheers.
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 Almost like a really fruity Greek yogurt or something in the aroma. Yeah, put all your fruits in the yogurt, and that's kind of what it tastes like. I mean, it's very orange Julius, very with the grapefruit next to that, and some pineapple. Towards the back of the tongue is where this bitterness is. I don't know what the IBUs are. They don't tell me on Untapped doesn't have any IBUs. They say more fresh Bahrains, thick yellow haze in a glass with a massive infusion of Mosaic and Matueka hops and a smooth with a bunch of O's base of wheat and oats. Intense pineapple, fresh OJ. All right, I got that one.
Hey, there you go.
I'm sorbet. I don't know about that. And a smidge of piney bitterness in the finish. Yeah, it's all the way in the back of the tongue piece there. I can kind of see where like where the sorbet part of the lime kind of comes in. It's creamy. It's creamy, and you get a little kick next to the pine needles. That's a good beer. God damn, nice. And Cabot, Cabot, Cracker Barrel. They're aged reserve. They don't say what time frame it's been aged in, but let's try it.
Cheezers.
Cheers.
Jesus.
Kind of a little bit on the funky, sharp side on the nose, more kind of a saltier component overall, and on the flavor, it melts. It's semi-hard. It's got some flex to it. There you go. It's got some flex to it. It's definitely a tart, tangy sensation overall. There's a good salty component to it, and a nice creaminess. And at the same point where the beer got really, really bitter is where the cheese is getting most the sharp tanginess back of the throat. It's not like an extra sharp, but there is more of a tanginess followed by a sharpness, but more tangy than anything. So let's see, what's a good slice of cheese? There's a good little nugget of cheese. We'll do beer. Beer.
Beer cheesers, pro slancha, cheesers.
Do a little bit of cheese or beer with the cheese.
I'm feeling that's gonna work.
I'm feeling the same. That is friggin' fucking delicious. Damn, that is all kinds of good. So the only thing maybe I don't like about it is it brings out an even more tropical sweet malty note out of the beer, which I wish it was a tiny bit drier, but that's not detracting from anything. What it's doing, I still have cheese all over the top of my mouth. Yeah, there you go. But it does, as it finishes, really dry out the beer. So you get an initial sweetness from some of the malts, and then it dries out. The beer with the cheese dries out, and you're getting left with even more of like a saltier, tangier kick from the cheese during its drying phase. And I'm getting even more sharpness and more tang from that cheese than I did initially without the beer. But it's generally pretty dry and it just kind of leaves you with that salty tang dryness. If it's not gritty or chalky or anything like that, so that's preferable. It's got a little creamy texture, still trying to melt on the roof of the mouth for the cheese. So that's pretty enjoyable. I'm not complaining. Here's my review so far. We'll get to the rating. Cheers.
Dude, that beer sounds good. Great combo. Cheers, man.
Dude. Like, is that bitter? Like, no bitterness on that, right?
Just at the very back end when you're swallowing that,
when you had the cheddar, did it mild it out? Like you said, it made it a little more sweet. Like I find when I do like the cheddar with the IPA, it like tones the bitterness down.
What's the exact name of your beer again? Because I've had
your hops. This is your brain on hops.
This is your brain on hops.
This is your brain on hops, but I'm not sure if it's the same one.
It's a double IPA. I understand it's a rotating series, and this one again is their Mosaic and Two-Way.
So I haven't had that one, but I have had this is your brain on hops, but it was not that
one.
Okay.
Just before we go over to beer, man. So when you have the beer right after the cheese, it becomes really sharp and tangy. More sharp and more tangy than when you started with the cheese. It kicks up the intensity. It is very nice. And the Cracker Barrel website says for wine you could use a Riesling, which I think in the beer world an IPA would be a very fair comparison to a Riesling. So not bad.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers and cheers and slancha and prost and all that good stuff. All right, man. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, man. This cheese is getting kind of hard. I don't understand. I think it's all right. Just the top layer of it. Let's get into the beer first. Let's get into the nose. And cheers to the chat. It's been a rocking chat today. Rocking panel. I mean, everything's been good today. So, so on the nose, it's got that kombucha, like wild kind of vinegary kind of thing going on. It's wild fermented. So, on that Brettanomyces kind of thing. Lactobacillus. I think a little less sharp, not as wild and funky. But I think there's a couple bacterias, and I think the lactobacillus is the more softer one. This seems a little more fruity. It's obviously fruity. It's got cherries in it. It's like a sour cherry. You do get the aromas of the cherry come through. It's just it's just really got that sour. I'm not gonna say funk because it's not funky at all. It's got a barrel oak-esque kind of thing, kind of an oak barrel. I don't get any whiskey, bourbon, anything like that. Nothing at all. Buttery smelling. It's kind of butteriness in it, in the aroma. All right, we looked at it, but it does have a medium rising bubble. It's opaque, but it's opaque. Let's go with that. Hazy, more or less, light brown, excuse me. Almost a reddish tint in there, somewhat, kind of. Orange, more or less, I think. All right, so let's get into the drink. Cheers.
Cheerios.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, that was a good glug.
Woo. Yeah, it's got a kick to it. Yeah, it's got a hardcore lactic acid kick to it. It just really punches your throat back. Closes it up almost like you got punched in the throat.
What?
But it goes on. It's very smooth. The mouth feels very creamy. It does have kind of a smooth, creamy, acidic kind of mouthfeel. And the cherry is just the main thing here. The sour cherry, like almost like a green turning red cherry, and just munching on that, That's what I get there. I get kind of a buttery feel in the mouthfeel as well, kind of not diacetyl in the flavor, just a feeling of it, the mouthfeel. The body is a medium body for sure. Drinkability is actually okay, even though I was kind of crunching back there. It's not bad. It goes back and tarts off in the finish, and then kind of just goes away, dries off. It's not carrying on any sweetness or anything like that. There's nothing sweet about this. I'm getting the wafer thing again. A lot of these wild beers, they give me that wafer cookie, kind of wafer cracker, not cracker, wafer cookie. Yeah.
Like the strawberry ones
or something.
Like those, yeah. Well, like those, just the regular, like a vanilla wafer.
A vanilla way, okay. So
Yeah,
not
more
the
of a-
strawberry or the chocolate.
No, nothing like that.
Cookie
Nothing
part,
flavored, but like with the vanilla filling, and then it's those tan looking colored. You know what I'm talking about? Looks like
Would you
waffle.
say like a sugar cone for an ice cream?
Not that sweet though.
Okay.
Not that sweet.
Not waffly and all that. Just
Oh.
more kind of like a vanilla
Very
wafer
light.
or something. Yeah, very light.
Crispy, airy.
Somewhat crispy, airy. But it's very inviting. It's very nice with the wood. You can tell the bourbon's in there with that vanilla. It's very slight though, like so well balanced. They really cured this well. This is really nice. And where I got it, I'm just talking, but this guy's been here a while in the cooler. No, I'll take that. I'll take that. I want this kind in that cooler long. I want it to be in there a while. So this is good. I'm glad it's old. It's very good. So let's go to the cheese. So it's a breakable cheese. It kind of just bends and breaks, kind of how you want your cannabis to be when you're drying it. You want it to bend and crack before you put it in jars. So it's like that. It's nice. Yeah, it smells creamy. It smells goaty. It smells organic, natural. It's got that earthy kind of goaty thing. It does have kind of a slight cheddary thing going on as well. There's a very, very minute like smell of cheddar, but for the most part, it smells very light. It smells a little salty, maybe a little sweetness in there, a little nuttiness. That's not bad. Not too much nuttiness, actually. Cheers. Cheesers.
Oh,
Cheers.
so by saying it's a cheddar style, that just means that it's using goat's milk to make the cheddar instead of a cow's milk, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, no,
yeah.
that savory goat cheese is tangy. It's got a zing to it.
Much better. This is good, though. I mean, this got that goat all over it.
Barnyard.
Yeah.
I've had some goat cheese that I thought was sharp cheddar cheese, and it wasn't. It was goat cheese. I was like, wow.
Oh.
You know the difference. It's more like that unpasteurized kind of shit, like the shit out of a can that you'd put in a dessert or something. Like it's that
Condensed milk, you mean?
real condensed milky kind of.
Yeah.
It's not sweet. It's salty, but not too salty.
That sounds good with the cheddar
It's
style.
creamy. Yeah, it's real nice. It's different than your tubes though that you get. Those are more mushy and smashing.
I've never
and
seen goat cheese ever cut like that. I can't I've seen you had the block and you got like the perfect cuts. It's usually so when you get it like that, it's usually so dry and crumbly.
Yeah, this is look for the blocks and that. Yeah, that's that. Bumpy turned me on to it last week. He talked about it, and I was like, I got to go find something like that. I had it before. I forgot what it tastes like.
My wife, we were doing the goat cheese stuff. I'll talk about it at the end. Go ahead.
Oh, you're all right, dude. No, go ahead. All right. No,
I don't want to interrupt. No, I'm interrupting.
I don't care. But anyway, well, yeah, yeah. So the cheese is good. It's got that nice organic feel to it. That nice unpasteurized, thick milk, condensed milk kind of thing. Let's do the cheese before, since I already have it in my mouth. It's kind of chewy. It's a little rubbery. I was just saying I don't like the rubbery kinds like Tanner had. It's kind of like that. But once you mush it in your mouth enough, it kind of smashes and you get the flavors out. It's going to chew it a bit. It's a dry cheese. Very dry. Rubbery. Squeaky.
Squeaky.
All right. We're finally getting there.
Squeaky cheese is like chewing on a balloon.
It's not fun.
Condom or something.
I wouldn't say chewing on a condom, but
Hold on.
That blends well.
Does that help? Does that help the texture of the cheese out a little bit?
Helps it go down.
Okay.
It wettens it up a bit.
Good.
the sour kind of kombucha feel, let's say. It's kind of kombucha-y in this. It really absorbs well around the cheese, around the wildness, around the funky things you get out of that cheese. It's I don't know, it's just really nice. It kind of goes through all the little veins and arteries and just like wiggles its way through and melds in really nicely. It makes this taste very good. This is more like a wine, in my opinion, though. And it's really nice to have kind of like a beer wine. But it's like, it's very nice. And wine and cheese, as a lot of you know, pairs very well together. And that's like the main thing, you know? When I brought up beer and wine, everyone's like, what? No, but no, beer and wine. I mean, this is like a wine and cheese, and I mean it goes really well together. So I do want to try some Merlot and some cheese or some Chardonnay with the cheese now. So very nice. Now let's get some cheese. Let me get my mouth.
Oh,
Drink some water.
good man. I bet you cheese and whiskey would be great together.
Mm-hmm. Or rum.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, man. Who said that?
That's two tonight.
I forgot who said that. But anyway, rum. Oh, Vanessa.
One more.
Vanessa's kitty said it.
In the yellow.
Oh right. Now, what do you think of beer, man?
Go a little piece. Nah, cheese before beer.
Is that better with that cheese?
Takes away the sour, absorbs it. Doesn't let me taste the beer. I kind of like how it was before. I like cheese before beer better.
Is it it's not a contrast, is it?
It's kind of a contrast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a same or anything like that. No, same. Yeah, it's definitely contrasting. But very interesting. Was choked on that chunk. But let's get back to Tanner. That was an interesting blend. This is very good. So, all right. All right, Tanner, here you go. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So before I get into it, I just want to read the ingredients on this. It says pasteurized cow's milk, cultures, penne, salt, Mad Elf beer. So they're actually using the Mad Elf beer, which is weird that you don't get like a cherry with the cheese. It says natural cocoa, maple sugar, honey, granules, Finca El Horazo coffee, black peppercorn, Saigon cinnamon sugar, Ceylon cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, clove, ginger, and it says contains milk and wheat. So the cheese, after reading that, I'm kind of noticing like the cheese itself. I think what really threw it off for me was like the consistency, the mouthfeel of the cheese. It's got kind of like that rubbery, and rubbery aspect to it, and then the noticing it says it uses coffee as well with the cocoa. It's kind of creating like a weird bitterness. You get more of the cinnamon on the actual rind of the cheese. So the actual like rind when you eat in a piece that's more towards the back. It's got a lot. It's very creamy, which is good. It's got kind of like that sweetness to it. But the consistency of it, the texture of the cheese is just really throwing me off. And while you guys were going, I pulled out some Townhouse crackers, and I was enjoying it with that. And that kind of cuts through that texture. It makes it a lot better. I definitely think I'm gonna be enjoying the rest of this with some crackers. For the cheese, I think I'm gonna give it like a 75. I think there's a lot more that I don't like about it than I do like about it. I think maybe like a combination of everything. Maybe it's not for my palate. Maybe if Beer Man had this cheese, he could sit here and tell you how great it is. But me personally, I don't really enjoy it.
For all of us.
I don't really enjoy it. The beer, though, like I said, I was saying to you guys, oh, it was boozy, but I went through this and I was actually struggling to not finish it. And right before the end, I was like, oh, I'm just going to kill it off. For an 11%, when you first sip it, you get that booziness, but then it starts going down really smooth. It starts going down really good. That typical Belgian yeast, breadiness, spice, and then like a nice sweet cherry. So like a cherry juice with that honey, that chocolatey malt in the background really helps it go down smooth. The beer, I'm gonna give the beer like a I'm gonna give the beer like a 93. It was like 17. I got the variety pack, but the beer itself was like 17 for 11% beers. Not a bad price, but it is a little pricey. But it is really good. So like I said, I'm gonna stick to that rating. As far as the pairing together, I think rather than finishing this cheese off with the beer, it's going to be cheese and crackers, and then probably not with the beer because it did enhance the flavors, but it wasn't really nothing fantastic. It wasn't like the cheese I had last week where I literally ate half the thing. I actually ate almost like 3/4 of it.
Whoa!
And I was like, oh, I gotta put this away. I don't want to feel sick tomorrow. I don't want to give myself a stomach ache. That cheese was that good. This one, like I said, I think the crackers are the way to go with this one. Kind of cuts through that rubbery texture, and I don't know. I think there's just too much going on with it. There's too much going on. Is like a bitterness. It's very creamy. The honey adds to the creamy and the sweetness of it, but it's just not for me, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say it's a bad cheese because I'm not the type of person that's gonna say this is bad. This is bad. It's just I don't enjoy it. But maybe you guys would. Maybe someone in the comments would like it. I don't enjoy it. I would much rather have it with some crackers. Kind of drowns out that texture. The notes are a little subtle. They're very subtle. You're not really. I was hoping for more of like that chocolate. I was hoping for more of the honey to be pronounced rather than just adding a little bit of flavor to it. I think it's not to sound like an asshole, but it's a little gimmicky. I think it could be better. I'd like to try some other cheeses that are made with beer. This one for me, it just didn't really make the cut. Are we doing shout outs right now, or are we gonna wait till the end? We'll wait
You
till
might
the
as well. Yeah, just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Shout out Bumpy. Next week you're doing a new beer Monday. I'll be there if you're doing it. All right.
I'll be there with a new beer.
Nice.
Thomas
Me
Metal
too.
Thomas Metal tomorrow. Wildcard Wednesday. I'll try to make that. Actually,
Whatever you want.
what time are you doing it?
7:30 Eastern Standard.
Yeah, actually, I might be out. My mom and my little sister and my cousin and my girlfriend were all going to the zoo for the Christmas lights, so I probably won't be able to
Oh, nice. That's
I'll
cool.
rewatch it.
Good lights over there.
That's fun, man.
So,
Yeah.
But shout out to Thomas for that.
Thank you, sir.
Beer Man next Tuesday. I'm gonna try it. I'm very disappointed with it. I was so excited. I literally have been talking about this cheese. And I'm excited to grab the beer to match the cheese. I even bought myself a new cutting board.
Same names, even.
It
Same
happens,
stuff.
dude. It happens. Like Bumpy was on like a 3-week run there.
I was like, everything's going so well. I hope this cheese is great. I had high hopes for the beer. I knew the beer was going to be decent, but I had high hopes for everything, and I was definitely let down by the cheese. Yeah, shout out to all you guys, all your live streams coming up. I got a bunch of reviews. I was actually telling Miscellaneous off air. I bought the Trogs variety pack. So there's 5 other beers in the variety pack. It came with 2 each of 6 different beers. So there's going to be a more in-depth review of this on my channel, and then the 5 other ones. I bought the 12 Beers of Christmas by Clown Shoes. 8 of them I haven't reviewed yet. There'll be 8 reviews of those. I got a bunch of other stuff. The frosted sugar cookie I finally found after Christmas, of course. I wanted to do it for Christmas, but so I got all those reviews. I have a bunch of other stuff that I need to review. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Whiskey Encore is usually, I don't know if I'm going to be making it because I actually have to work tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow, but now I have Saturday off, which is my birthday, January 1st.
Oh,
Whoa!
Happy early birthday.
Nice.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. So if you guys want, if you guys like whiskey, it's like a live pub. Go check them out. Whiskey Encore. It's usually after the Bourbon Junkies. They're going on right now, I believe. I think they're actually on already.
Ooh.
Started at like 9. Yeah, they started at 9. But after that, Whiskey Encore, Cheech is the guy who hosts it. He's a really cool dude. He actually popped in on my first ever panel live stream with other people.
Happy
So go
birthday.
check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for having me, Beer Man. Thanks for
Ooh.
everyone else being here. It's been fun. Like I said, I was a little disappointed considering last week that cheese I had was really good. I was hoping it would be I was hoping it would be a great pairing again, but I guess you can't win all of them.
No,
Right.
absolutely
Yeah,
not.
you can't. No.
While you're still here, too, let me recommend another whiskey bourbon channel to you. He's actually a friend of ours. Most of us, I believe, came from the CBP era, and it's the Whiskey Know-It-Alls.
Oh,
It's
the whiskey.
Jonathan Owens, J.O. He has a channel called Bourbon Know-It-Alls. Or is it? Yeah, Bourbon Know-It-Alls, I believe it is. It might be Whiskey Know-It-Alls, but I believe it's Bourbon Know-It-Alls. So he does a lot of bourbon and whiskey tastings.
Oh, I'm subscribed.
Yep, I have to check that out. Yeah, and I'll drop
Nice.
them up.
I've never heard of him.
I'm subscribed. Good. Cheers. Thank you, love.
I'll look at. You'll have to tell me after I get out here or when I'm the back end again.
Cheers, Tanner. Yeah.
But hey, thank you, Tanner, man. Thank you, and happy birthday soon. And enjoy those lights. Did you say your birthday's today?
No,
Saturday?
yeah, January 1st.
Gotcha. Cool,
We gotta
man.
get together soon. We'll be in touch.
Yeah. Thanks, man. All right, let's give Miscellaneous up here.
All right. So go with the cheese first. The Cabot habanero. It's a really good cheese. I mean, it's nothing super special, but it is spicy for a regular average grocery store cheese. I mean, most places down here carry it. If not, like I said, go to what is it? Boar's Head. They're 3 pepper cheese. Those are the 2 spiciest ones I've had on the market that are pretty readily available. I'd score the Cabot at probably a 94. It's good. It's always a good go-to cheese if you like some heat because it definitely does have a kick. It's just a regular tangy cheddar cheese with some habaneros, jalapenos, and some taco spice, apparently. Not bad. Like I said, what did I say? 94 on cheese. For the Ommegang, the rye barrel vanilla stout, I definitely think this gets better as it gets warmer. With the vanilla and the rye and the chocolate, I was picking up almost like a marshmallow note on the last sip that I had there, which is going to play in with the vanilla, obviously. But for a lighter beer, like I said, light-bodied, 9.5%, it's really good. I think if I put that down in front of you, you would have no idea that it was 9.5%. Very drinkable, approachable beer. I've scored this before, and I feel like I gave it a 96. I mean, it's good. It's a very like I said, it's an approachable stout. It's not too heavy. It is barrel aged as well. 9.5%, not as heavy of a hitter as most, but very, very good beer. Pairing wise, they go together. Like I said, initially, I had the beer and then the cheese. I like the vanilla going in with the vegetal, tangy cheddar. Spicy was good, but definitely went better when what did I do? Yeah. I had the cheese and then I had the beer, and that brought out a lot more of those cheddar flavors. Brought the spicy down a little, obviously not too much, but I think it brought out a little bit more of that rye barrel as well. Because it's like I said, this is a lighter stout, but very, very good product. pairing wise, I'd probably put it at a 95. They go together. I think if I had this here and we had a charcuterie board and we had some beers, I think this would go with some of them. I put my cheese away, otherwise I would have had my IPA that I'm drinking now. But yeah, pretty good. Shout out wise, you can come check me out Thursday on my channel, Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. We're going to be doing another Thursday night beer session. It's going to be a normal solo show. I'll probably bring 3 to 4 products depending on ABV, and we'll do some simultaneous reviews, hang out for about an hour or so, starting to get in the groove and streamlining it, maybe 45 minutes. So yeah, God, go check out Alex's Food Friday. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern, and I'm the worst at it because I never remember what he's having. So go check him out. John and Ellie, Stout Sunday should be on his channel this week. It better be. Or he just needs to forfeit the show. Yeah, it should be 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Bring a stout or a porter. Get your swerve on early. That's pretty much it. Everybody else can handle everything. Ron Terrio's on. Not sure the theme of his show either at the moment, but I'm sure you can find in his last video. So yeah, that'll be at 7:20 Wednesday. I'm sure there's some style preferred. I've been slacking on the YouTube. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. You see me in your comments.
Yeah. Sometimes you just kind of have to take a break.
I'm drinking with you guys.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like brainwash. Washes your brain clean.
It's all a neurological asshole.
Cheers, beer man. Thanks for having me. These guys are awesome. Go check them out. So,
right on. Thank you.
Everybody in the chat as well, man. Brew Gods, he's a good one. Shout him out. He's been coming by on my live streams. They do some, I think it's like 2 or 3 of them. I don't know who's behind the computer in the chat, but he usually sits down and has some with some friends.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, he's still past it. He has me rent money.
Dude. He's dead tired.
His mouth is open. That's how he's catching.
Oh yeah.
Like cat snores. All right. Well, thanks, man. Thanks, Miscellaneous, man. Cheers to you. All right. Let's get Bumpy up here.
All right. So let's first go after that funk. Because Tommy Carroll's bringing it up in the chat there. Yeah, Funk Town. Downtown Funkosaurus. Funk. It may be kind of similar to maybe that ball sweat funk. You get a little bit of that kind of tang. That's what I actually mentioned was tang. I'm not sure if I brought funk or not tonight, really, but I may have. But that's kind of it's got this like pH drop to it, which also leads me to the pH drop of the goat's cheese. The cylinder tubes, the very soft, kind of almost cream cheesy. Those are pretty tart. So they got that kind of lactobacillus type thing going, like almost like yogurt. You get that tart tanginess to them. But yeah, my wife for Thanksgiving bought a goat cheese that was a hard goat cheese, and I'm eating it thinking it was cheddar because it had like that sharpness. It wasn't. It had the funk, but it had like a nice sharpness to it as well. And I thought it was like one of the cheddars I'd bought. And she said, "No, that's goat cheese." I was like, "What? That's goat cheese?" So yeah, goat cheeses can taste differently. But so far, a lot of them, to my palate at least, really enjoyed them. All right, now on to my stuff. Let it in. Yeah. 1, 2. Was that 3? Okay. I'm gonna go with the beer first. Okay, the beer, Liquid Riot, straight to blackout out of Portland, Maine. 12% ABV Imperial Stout, barrel aged in rum barrels. It's a difficult one when you kind of first. I mean, it's a great stout. You get plenty of good flavors out of it. Picking up on the barrel itself, picking up on rum notes, which I've had rum barrel aged stouts before, which it's like it doesn't taste anything. There's no rumminess about this. You just pick up on like you age this in oak barrels. Come on, there's no rumminess. The rum actually came through in this with that nice. That was only two. Here's the third dog.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, you get that kind of molasses type note. You get the spiciness out of like what a spice rum would be, which would be spiced with other spices. But it had that in this stout, which is nice. It did what it was supposed to do. Great mouthfeel to it. I enjoyed that it didn't have too much coffee notes. And these are all things that I'm like, wow, this is a fantastic stout. Now, on the other hand, I'm looking at, the Bourbon County Stout and stuff like that, the KBS. And I think that's great when a beer like this starts to make you think of some of those other breweries and what they put out.
Yeah.
Like really thinking about it, not just like going into it like I'm going to compare it to this, but when you're drinking it and you're like, wow, this kind of reminds me of something like this. How close to it is it? And I start thinking of like the depth of the beer itself, of the other beers, and how much depth is in this beer. And there's this is kind of like in an Olympic swimming pool, or maybe not an Olympic swimming pool, but a standard swimming pool where it might be shallow to deep, like that. It's kind of in this kind of middle range of being towards the deep end, where I might find the CBS, which I scored 100. Not the CBS, the
CBS?
the bounty, the Bourbon County.
Okay. BCS.
BC.
The whatever one, the one that Goose
Bourbon
Island
County.
puts up.
BCS, Bourbon County.
The Goose Island Bourbon County Stout, right?
Yeah.
But then you do have the CBS as well from Founders, so that confuses it.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we got
people.
We got great beers like that. This one's right up there with that, but not quite reaching it. I'm going to score this at 95 out of 100 because of that. In my mind, when I was drinking it, I was like, ooh, this is like a 96, 97 at least. But really, when I start to think about the depths of some of the other Imperial Stouts I've had that have been barrel aged, this one just doesn't dive as far down with different flavor notes. It has a decent amount, and I like the way that the rum actually comes through in it. So yeah, 95 score for the Liquid Riot. Straight to blackout.
Nice.
The cheese, I'm gonna do the same damn thing. This cheese is perfect. I'm gonna tell you, the cheese that I had tonight is perfect. They blended it perfectly. Nothing wrong with it. But then I started thinking about, I'm gonna tell you, the cheddar. The cheddar itself, it's a sharp cheddar. It's if there was no wine involved with this cheese, it would probably be like a 93. If it was just the cheddar that it was, it'd be like a 93, 94 maybe. It was a decent cheddar, but I like the really well-aged cheddars. I like those reserved cheddars. I like the ones that bring a lot of notes just from the cheese itself. You get like some really deep down, maybe cave age of real funky sharpness. Sometimes you might even reminisce of a farm or something. And this cheddar itself didn't really do that. It had that bit of that little tang to it. You could tell it was a cheddar, but it wasn't super sharp. The wine came through nicely, which is why I think they blended it very well for what it was. They could have, if it was this like 2 aged 2-year aged cheddar, extra sharp cheddar cheese with a lot of depth to it. And then they had maybe a longer period of time where it sat with the wine. That could have been a more outstanding cheese. So the way that this cheese sits, perfect damn blending of cheese, because you don't even need anything with it. It does the wine and cheese blending perfectly. So that's great. I think it would work great with crackers as well. That was another thing Avenue was kind of looking at. I'm like, is this just a one-way cheese? No, you could definitely eat it with crackers. It'd work awesome. Obviously, it blends well. I'm going to say the blending between the beer and the cheese, awesome, perfect, utopia. But I'm not going to give this cheese 100, even though it's perfect.
Woo!
I'm going to give it a 99 out of 100.
Nice.
Because I do think that they could do
Leave room
something
for
more outstanding with just more depth and complexity. So
Nice. Excellent.
yeah, that's
It's a good
a
score.
long rant, but it was a great night.
Yeah,
Great pairing for me tonight. I
Take
really
as long as you
enjoyed it.
need. Yeah. No, I'm glad glad it worked.
I ate all the cheese, by the way.
Make it even
Yeah.
better.
You ate it all for the
Nice, dude. Well, good, man. Yeah, shout yourself. Shout out.
Yeah. I got my Bumpy 50-point inspection videos, put them out Wednesday and Friday, so there'll be a new video coming out tomorrow. And guess what, guys? It's another malt liquor.
Drop right now.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Got
Yeah,
another
nice.
malt liquor going up on the 50-point inspection block. Courtesy of John and Nelly. I have one more that I have yet to do. So that will be coming out eventually. I haven't even filmed myself drinking it yet, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. The last one I'm going to do, I'll let you know a little secret. It's going to be the King Cobra. So there's that. But yeah, look forward to those 50-point inspection videos, and then I have my one live stream that I do on Monday nights, which is new brew. So panel members to join up, just bring a beer that you've never had before. And just it's kind of like almost an off-air meets some type of standard. I'll ask some questions and stuff and just expect the panel to answer my questions. So it's a little bit of structure to chaos, basically. It's the whole show, if you kind of just break it down to nuts and beans. Chaos meets structure.
I like it. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's 8 p.m. Eastern
structure.
Standard Time. So, cheers, and thanks for having me on, Beer Man.
Of course. Thank you for being here as always. So, cheers.
Beer
man.
time.
Yes, it is, man. Let's get Eric up here. Thanks,
Time
Bumpy.
for another beer.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you for
And
concluding
two in
with the
front of
Beer
me.
Man channel of YouTube tonight. Last piece of cheese. Last little drink of beer. I know I've been holding this whole thing out so I can do this properly. Thank you, Mary, for shouting out Tanner's channel. That guy is a cool dude.
Yeah.
There you go. What? No, thank you. So tanginess of cheese is brought out. The tanginess of the aged Cracker Barrel aged cheddar, their age reserve, brings the beer, should I say, this KCBC, the Kings County Brewers Reserve from Brooklyn, New York. Oh, that's like the best footage you've had of that can. This is your brain on hops, 8.5% double IPA with Mosaic and Matueka. So not only do I think that the beer brought out an even stronger amount of tang and a stronger amount of sharpness in that order to the cheese, but I thought that also the cheese, while I'm drinking on this thing and thinking about it, the cheese also brought out even a higher amount of sweet, fruity, and yes, even more bitterness out of the beer. So everything was great. Nothing did one thing that seemed off place, but everything was just amplified in its flavor. And if I gave it a 97, that sounds like a good day for me. So 97
Yeah, it is.
as a total package. I think
Excellent.
I don't know if the cheese would necessarily get a 97. I think the beer is a little better. But I think this entire I don't know who that guy is. I think
What the fuck?
Thank you.
Okay. See you later, KK.
Great.
Funky douchebag. All right.
97.
What the hell?
97. And no, it's not 1937 anymore. There, per person in the chat. Thank you. 97 out of 100.
I thought you were going to give it a 666.
Thank you, Beerman. And if you're so inclined and want to drink a beer, a wine, or a spirit, have some fun and not be a douche, you can join on the Thomas Metal 75 Wildcard Wednesday tomorrow. And as long as I can do it, every single Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Again,
Nice.
wine, beer, or spirit. We'll just have some good old-fashioned fun. And we'll see you on the Bumpy Road New Beers on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if I'm missing something, somebody will probably remind me of that. So until that time, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, man. Cheers. Massachusetts Beer Reviews, Thomas Middle 75. Eric, cheers, man.
This isn't really
Cheers
good
to you.
to know YouTube if you want to try to spam in the chat. You're going to get cut off pretty quickly.
Yeah, quickly. Bye-bye, Nazi.
Bye-bye, Adolf.
Douchebag. All right, yeah. Right on, dude. Was it me? Yeah, nay. I'm cool with like certain people, but when you start bringing up Nazi crap, that's fucked up. So don't do that shit. Anyway, yeah, that's one thing I'm not. So this beer, this let's say the beer. Yeah, I was fast on that, wasn't I? This beer was good, man. This was a good. I'm not gonna go over what it tasted like again, but it was just a really good beer. I thought they did it very well, and I'm gonna give it a 96 out of 100. I think it's nice. I would like to try some more creeks, of course. I've had a couple before, but this one was on point. So good with that. Cheese was good. I think I like the round tubes better. The softer, mushy cheeses, the honey goat. But this is nice. This is nice. It did come off. It was rubbery, but it did mush in your mouth and did give you kind of a nice, earthy kind of punch in the finish. The cheese brings out a Merlot-esque, is what I wrote on my notes to it. In the flavor, when it brings out we're getting to that. Sorry, I went a little too ahead of myself. Now the mix of the beer, the cheese before the beer brought out a little Merlot-esque in the beer. So I was getting more of a Merlot kind of feel to it, which is really nice. That diacetyl kind of Merlot niceness, wine, vinny thing. It does contrast, but it also complements at the same damn time. Very, very good stuff. Have you ever seen Rob Dyrdek's thing, Same Damn Time? Yeah. Chanel West Coast sees the license. Hey, look, he's got a British and an American at the same time. Damn time. All right, it's kind of funny. But yeah, to see it, to laugh. But boy, she's got some crazy outfits, let me tell you. The cheese, though, I'll give it once you mush it up and make it nice, in your mouth, it's all good. It actually comes out very nice, very well put. I like it. So I'll give it a 92 out of 100. Still an A average beer, cheese before beer mix was phenomenal. I thought it was very good with this particular beer. Once it got mushed in with it, it was just nice. So I'll give it a 95 out of 100. Something to try for sure. It did. I thought it was. That's a good cheese, by the way. No, but beer before cheese, though, nah, man. Not on this one. Not on this one. Smothered, took out the cheese. I kind of wanted to taste both worlds, and it was like one or the other. So, hey, man. So next week, I'm having a chaos in my mind as to what to pick for a beer. So, I'm thinking we go with a New England IPA. We find a New England IPA. Some of you guys can find that very easy.
Never heard of it.
A double Nipa if you can find it, but a Nipa will be fine too.
I got one in the fridge.
Wait,
Cool.
They don't make those.
I know
man,
it's so super easy. I know, but
I did not get a gift card to Treehouse for Christmas.
we're gonna make it easy because it's New Year's. You know, it's after New Year's. Everyone's partying. Let's just find something. Let's find something easy. Not too many strangers. So
yeah,
that will work.
That's gonna double.
Damn, Sarah douchebag, stop it, fucky.
Stop being a fucking.
All right, so go back to your Hitler realm. But yeah, so what is that you're showing, Tanner?
That's the whole day.
Double IPA.
Oh, Pump Daddy, nice.
Double New England
Awesome.
IPA.
Perfect. That's it. That's all you need. Save that. Is it too old? Get another one if you have to get a younger one.
Easy to
I think
find.
1521.
Oh, that's not bad. At least
What's that one
you're
called,
right.
Tanner?
Pulp Daddy.
Oh, Pulp Daddy. Okay.
Yeah, bring a New England though for that. I don't care if it's a double or a single, whatever the fuck, on alcohol by volume.
Pulp.
Oh, very nice, man.
Pulpy Road Brewery.
Uncle Pulpy. That's fucking awesome.
Ridiculous flavor.
That's fucking rad. Okay. Yeah, so New England though. New England style IPA, American IPA, or I guess English. I don't know where you go with that one actually, but just a New England IPA.
Old England IPA.
Or East Coast style, probably more or less, right? With New England, but in its own little realm. Yes, and then Wednesday will be our will be tomorrow. Will be a porter. Our last porter. It was a long month, so 5 of them, and January is going to be the same. So 6 o'clock Eastern for that, 3 o'clock my time Pacific. Bring a porter of choice, something crazy. Bring it, man. Last one. Tomorrow, and then next Wednesday, we'll mention the one for next Wednesday tomorrow, or excuse me, for next month for January, the style for that. So I put out a video, look at that. It's some updates on my brewery and stuff like that. It's kind of coming along. I put a hold on a couple days because I just can't do anything when I got these YouTube things going on. So Thursday I'll continue with that, but that's it. Yeah, man. Cheers, guys. Hell yeah.
Cheers.
Let me bring all of us up here. I'll just leave it where we're at. What were you showing, Bumpy?
Great. I'm not showing what kind of porter it is, but this is what I'm bringing.
Oh,
From
no! Oh, dude!
Outhouse
You gotta go
Ale?
get another one.
Saw that.
it doesn't taste like it came from the outhouse.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Excellent. Well, cool, man. Yeah, I look forward to tomorrow's
Now I'm
show.
gonna Google it.
Yeah.
You probably should find out.
Well, chat's been, of course, chat. Panels. I'll mention you guys, but chat has been great. Very great chat tonight. It was a nice 18,000 strong kind of fucking
Good
chat,
job.
so it was cool. I appreciate that. You guys rock, and of course, the panel, man. You guys are always there, so I just appreciate you, and I'm sure you appreciate all of us as well. So it's nice. So. Good community, man. Subscribe to them, like and share this out. Whatever you gotta do, and we're out of here, man. We're gonna do our last little thing here. Where is it? Bye for now. Cheers.